When there's a discussion between couples, some can escalate to negative outcomes. Research shows that if your discussions begin with a harsh start, it will end on a negative note, even if there are many attempts to be nice. Statistics have shown that 96% of the time, you can predict the outcome of a conversation based on the first 3 minutes of the 15 minutes interaction. So next time, pause and think before you start a conversation. Certain kinds of negativity affects a relationship so much that it becomes like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. The Bible talks about these 4 horsemen that appear symbolically, portraying 4 disastrous occurrences that would take place before the second coming of Jesus Christ. So counselors use these ideas in treatment because it provides an example of how disastrous actions can lead to divorce. This idea of the 4 horsemen align into the heart of a marriage, beginning with criticism first, second, contempt, third, defensive, and fourth, stonewalling. So let's talk about the first horseman, criticism. There will always be complaints, but complaints and criticisms have 2 different meanings. A complaint can be, I'm so upset that you didn't wash the clothes. We agreed to take turns. You should do it now. Criticism, on the other hand, expresses negative feelings or opinions. For example, why are you so forgetful? I hate telling you as if you were a child. So never use what's wrong with you. Why are you so lazy? Blaming your other significant can make it worse. So this is common in marriage, but when criticism becomes very frequent, it leads to a deadlier horseman, and that's where horseman 2 comes in. Contempt. It arises when there's a sense of superiority. We have to be careful with sarcasm and cynicism. Another example of contempt are name-calling, eye-rolling, mockery, and hostile humor. Unfortunately, this type of reactions can lead to poisonous relationships, making it very difficult to resolve a problem with a partner if they are getting a poisonous message. And sadly, this leads to more conflict rather than reconciliation. So that leads us now to horseman 3, defensiveness. Studies have shown that defending yourself rarely has the desired effect. Defensiveness is really a way of blaming your partner because what you are really saying, the problem isn't me, it's you. Defensiveness just escalates the conflict and it can be deadly. And that will lead us to horseman 4, stonewalling. In a relationship, discussions can start or open with hard criticism. Then contempt and then defensive will lead for one partner to tune out. So research indicates it is normal for couples to stonewall and more common on men. Stonewallers act as though they couldn't care less about what the other one is saying. And it really does take time for the negativity created by the first 3 horsemen to become overwhelming enough that stonewalling becomes the last resort. So people usually stonewall as a protection against feeling psychologically and physically overwhelmed. I want to end with this conclusion. Gottman describes the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse as an analogy in how marriage can lead to divorce. This analogy can be very useful in counseling treatments by describing the negative impact of criticism, contempt, defensive, and stonewalling in a relationship. As counselors, it is our goal to avoid this last stage of divorce. It's a matter of predicting long before either spouse is stray. So we should be able to, 1, see what partners actually say to each other. 2, see the failure of their repair attempts. 3, see the physiological reactions. And 4, pervasive negative thoughts about their marriage. It would be our job to help those couples change those behaviors and avoid divorce. Thank you.